Hello, I'm back again. So in my last post, I shared that I'll be diving into learning automation to help simplify and streamline workflows. Well, I've got something exciting to show you. I'm currently learning with Skill Africa, and after our very first class, automation class in Airtable, which was our first class, we were given a real life project sourced from Upwork to work on. And this is what the project description is. The job is from Upwork, a real life scenario here. So the project says we are seeking a skilled freelancer to develop a Airtable dashboard based on our existing macro enabled Excel workflow. So the ideal candidates will have experience in transitioning data from Excel to Airtable and creating dynamic dashboard that visualize key metrics and performance indicators. You will work closely with our team and so on and so forth. So to begin this project, I actually generated the data set using AI, which was entered into an Excel sheet. So from Excel sheet, I imported it into my Airtable. So this is a transaction table, which I imported from Excel into the Airtable here. So I named my base sales database, and the table I named it transaction table, which we have here. So in the transaction table, these are the fields: transaction ID, date, sales rep, product, quantity, unit price, total amount, and so on. So next, I created two main tables, one for products and the other one for sales rep. I also linked both tables so that I could track sales activities per product and also associate it with agents and their regions. That's the sales reps. So on the transaction table, I created other views. Here we have the sales by region, sales per region. We have the north, the south region, the east, and the west. So I collapsed it as an expansion to show the details of quantity sold or the total amount of sales for each product if you need to see more details. Then the next thing I did was created information based on the dates products were sold. Then I created a view for sales per sales rep. So if you see this, we have 5 sales rep here: Alice Johnson, Bob Smith, and the others. So this is their sales based on their region. Then the top performing products. The top performing product here is the blender. Total count is 12 here. So from here, the next thing I did was to visualize and interact with my data. I built a sales dashboard interface, which we have here. Yes, so this is a sales dashboard interface. We have the counts. Our total count is 104. Then here is the total sales for all region. That's the total. I created a form which the sales rep for each region will fill whenever they are making a sale. So this is what the form looks like. Here's what the form looks like. It has the transaction ID, the date, the sales rep. This is a single select, and the products also in single select, because I formatted all these on the transaction table. So we have the unit price for each product, the region, the sales rep email address, and the customer the sales rep is selling to. Yeah, so every information that is entered here on the form comes to the transaction dashboard, the transaction table automatically. So let's do an example here. Let's do an example. Let me copy the link to the form so that we can do a sample and see what it looks like. So here, the transaction ID, we are entering 105 because our total counts on the transaction table currently is 104. So the next transaction ID will be 105. And sales made today. Then which sales rep is making the sales? Alice. Okay, let's say Alice Johnson. Then the products being sold. Let's say a cookware set. Yes. Then how many quantity? We can say 20 quantity was sold for the cookware set. The unit price for each cookware set is $50 according to the fixed price attached on our product table. Then the region Alice belongs to is North. Then Alice's email address, I'll be using my email address as a sample. So here, let's say Adiola Adiroti. And let's assume the customer's name is George Book. Yes, so let's say the customer's name is George Book. Then sales rep submits the form. The sales rep submits the form. So once the form is submitted, we come here. It should come. It will update any moment from now. Okay, yes, here we have it. So we have the transaction ID, then the date the sales was made, which is 29th of May. Then Alice made the sale. Here, the cookware sets. Then the quantity sold 20. Then the unit price 50. Then on the total amount table, we can see that I formatted it with a formula so that no calculation will be needed. Here we have its formula. So the quantity will be multiplied by the unit price. That's how we got our $1,000 here, and it showed the region the sales rep is. So that's how we have it here. And once this sales is made and the form is submitted, I did an automation also. So in this automation, I created the automation that sends an instant email alert each time a new transaction is submitted. And what I did is, so once a form is submitted here, the action, this is the trigger, then the action will be to automatically send a Gmail alert with the transaction details. The sales rep will get a message in this format. So let's see what the message looks like. I'll be opening my, okay, so here we have it. So the sales rep will get this message based on the email the sales rep imputed on the form. The sales rep will get this message: hi, Alice Johnson, a new transaction has just been added to the system. The product's name, the unit price, the date the transaction was made, the quantity sold, and the total sales. So if you have any question, do a follow-up and all that. So this is the message the sales rep will be getting in his or her email account. So back to our database. So from the automation, what I did next was created a dashboard. I created a dashboard to see a summary of everything in numbers and charts. So here we have the count right now. If we notice, before it was 104, now we have 105 sales, total sales in all the regions. Then here we have the total sum, the amount has increased. Then here the total number of products sold in all the regions. Then the minimum quantity sold per day rather is 1. Then the maximum quantity that has been sold by an agent is 20. The number of unique products, we have 10 on our list, 10 different products on our list. Then we have the average sales that have been made throughout the whole region. So next here, we have our table, our bar chart, sorry. So this bar chart shows the total sales per sales rep. If you want to know how your sales rep is doing in their region, this is a one-time view of what the performance of each sales rep looks like. So the first here is Alice Johnson. Her total sales is $3,905 so far from January till now. And here we have Bob Smith. Bob Smith has made a total sales of $1,415 over the period from January to now. Then we have Charlie Brown, we have David Wilson, and also we have Eve Davis. So this is the total sales per rep. Then here we have the donut chart. This donut chart shows the amount generated per region. So if you know what each region is, each region is generating. So the north, we have the north here. The north is has made a sales of $4,150, which is 19.5%. Yes, and then we have the west. The west has made a total sales of $6,095, which is 28%. Then we have the east, 16.6%. We have the south, 35.3%. So the south region is the most performing region, and in value it shows they've made a sale of what, $7,510. So moving forward, here we have top selling products. So this is a stack chart. So this stack chart will help us view our top performing products in each of their region. Here, if we look at the north, their top performing products. Let's see, we have air fryer here, we have the blender here, 6. We have the cookware set here, So in the north region here, we can see the least performing products is the cookware sets. Then here we have the food processor, the mixer, and the toaster. So they make sales, they have equal sales for almost all the products here except for cookware sets, which was just one sale that has been made on cookware sets in this area. So here we have the air fryer, the blender, the food processor, the mixer. Here we have the toaster. So the top performing product here is the air fryer. People in the east here are buying more of air fryer and other products. So the same thing across south and the west. Yes. Then moving forward, we have the quantity sold per month. This is a monthly view of our pie charts. In January, there was a total sales of 166 products, which is 27% so far. Then in February, this percentage covers all the region, that's north, east, west, and south. So these are 27%. Then in February, total sales in quantity is 164. In March, 145, and then in April, that's 55, which is the least month. Then we have May, 85. So here are the months and the number in one view. Then moving to the next here is the quantity sold by each sales rep. So here is the information. If Davids have sold 172 products, whether it's cookware, whether it's a blender, whether it's a knife set, whatever, altogether, all the products. So this sum contains all the products. And then we have David, 124 so far from January to now. We have Charlie, 141 from January to now. Then we have Bob, 88 from January to now. And Alice Johnson, 90 from January to now. So on this view, you can see your top performing sales rep, which is Eve Davies here. The number of products she has sold, based on the number of products, the quantity of products she has sold so far. And here a view of our transaction details. In one view, you just click on which of the transaction ID you want to check through, and you see a summary of what the sales details contains. So this for transaction 75. If we move to another one, you'll see this transaction 57 shows the date, the sales rep that made the sale, what product the sales rep sold, the quantity sold, the unit price, total amount, the region the sales rep belongs to, and then customer name and customer ID. So this is what I've done so far with the dashboard. This project taught me how to connect real-world business needs to smart, no-code automation tools. I loved seeing how a simple Airtable setup can become a full backend for managing sales, agents, and performance. Thank you so much for watching. I'm so happy with the progress I'm making, and I can't wait to even learn more on advanced workflow. Thank you very much, and do have a nice day. Bye-bye. See you next time.